Benevolent leadership from the stars have come to Earth to work with us to create a magical school. As a group of light workers, we have come together and are creating a consortium to serve the highest good of the collective in sharing hope, possibility, and freedom, while providing a refuge from the chaos of the great change. Welcome to the School of Light. This is a podcast that is going to be offered by the School of Light Collective, and we invite all who want to partake and play with light in this kind of community to join in whenever and however it fits your life. My name is Deborah Leanne, and I am delighted to be able to introduce today the creatrix behind the School of Light. And her name is Patricia Wald-Hopkins. Welcome, Trish.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Deborah.
This has been a long time in the coming and making and birthing. And this first time through, we are wanting to start off each of our times together in this community by offering a centering for us to drop in and be fully embodying our light and the energy, and also for the transmission to come through to each of you as clearly as it can by grounding us and opening us up. So let's just slow down and arrive and give ourselves a treat for the next 15-20 minutes. And really allow our breath to become soft and slow, and to actually go all the way down through the soles of our feet, grounding us, connecting us to the earth and her light. And then we allow her exchange to come back up through our feet and up through our legs and all the way up our spine, our electrical system, and out through the top of our head, connecting to the heavens, to the stars, to whoever you connect into for your divine source of energy. And then as we breathe in again, we allow that energy to come down through us and connect back into earth. So we become a column of this light exchange. And then as we breathe in and exhale, we allow this column of light to expand and go out, and it's surrounding each of us in our own energy field with the light that our unique spark brings. And from this place, we'll begin by hearing a bit about Trish and the School of Light and what this is all about. Where did this concept come from?
That is a very deep topic.
I'm sure.
Let me see if I can tease that apart a little bit into something digestible. The School of Light. What I'm hearing in the field is that it's the School of Light. It is coming forward at this time as part of the energies of the Aquarian age. The seeds of the school began probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a group of women at that time Deborah, you know this.
I do.
We've been together in another mystery school, and we kind of just coalesced into this ring of sisters, magical, light magic. And we've been traveling together in this pod over the last 5 years, in this, in various ways, but one of the ways was this council that is based a lot in the divine feminine, but also in the gene keys, which some of you may or may not be familiar with, but a system that Richard Rudd created for opening up to your highest potential, your field of genius, and so it kind of came as this weaving of sistership, divine feminine, this mystical gene keys framework for evolving your higher self, and it's landed here now in 2021 as an offering to the larger collective. So before it was about us sort of helping each other through this metamorphics, that's another story, process, or like midwifing one another through this process that we're bringing now to the School of Light to offer to
a larger community, right?
Larger community.
And I can read just a little smattering of what's on the proposed website that we're looking at. It's really about bringing together more people who are interested in becoming light bearers or way showers, and they know they have big work to do in the world. And part of what's kept us from stepping into this place today is that this whole thing of being seen and heard and literally coming out from hiding to show our magic and our light and our brilliance. And in many times in the past, as we all know, it wasn't safe for women to do so. So what we are honoring now are the ancestors upon the lineages that we stand upon. We have a vision to support, nonprofits and the evolution of humanity into our next level of beingness. And we also want to steward the resources that Gaia is asking for us to bring forth at this time. There's so much that has resulted in loss, and so much darkness that we realize that our lights are needed now. And when we collectively come together, there's something about that power of synergy that creates something bigger than just the sum of the 9 of us, right? That are part of the creation team.
Correct.
Yeah. There's this sense of what I love about this group as well is each of us has our own brand, our own note, which we heard in that music at the beginning, that we're bringing to this light. It's almost like out of the facets of all the colors becomes the one brilliant white light, right? And how would you describe your color or facet that you are here to shine, Trish?
I love all the colors, but okay. So besides loving the rainbow, like the colors of the rainbow, and being able to move in between them all, primarily, I am here as a sacral being, which is associated with the color orange, and also being a modern mystic, the blue, the blues, the indigo blues are very pronounced in my energy field. But having said that, I sit quite comfortably in the color of magenta or mauve. So.
All right then. And if you were to describe that flavor or that color in terms of your gifts to bring forth in the world, what is your light that you want to share or that you're ready to share with others? You're a healer and a teacher. I know that. So I want to hear you explain what it is that you are here to teach and heal.
Well, I know that primarily my teachings revolve around liberation of the voice. The sacral center is directly connected to the voice, and as a manifesting generator, I have a direct connection between those two energy centers, and so people that work with me are really wanting to learn to be creative and to be able to express that creativity through their voice. And your voice doesn't necessarily have to just be your speaking voice or your singing voice. It's art. It's how you do your work in the world. It's a lot of it is about liberation of your true, authentic expression in the world, and using different modalities to do that, from the gene keys to human design, astrology, light language, the Akashic records, and then the energy work that you do, the body directly or metaphysically as well.
Right. So there's so many dimensions to the healing and the support that you bring for those who work with you in terms of, I'm calling it integration, right? It's the pulling together, it's the remembering of who we are so that we can be.
I didn't understand that.
Whoa, I just turned on my phone. I'm sorry about that. And it obviously it was lit up and wanted to share its voice based on your transmission there. So where I want to explain also is that you have done this through so many ways of allowing us to open. Your words, I get so much energy through the way you write, your artwork, the oils that you have blended into perfumes that I sometimes wear every day just to remind me of who I am and the work I'm here to do in the world. There's so many ways that I have taken advantage of our connection and our sharing to grow through your gifts. And thank you for that.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this group of the collective that came forth. I don't know if you put an invitation out. How did the School of Light creation team come together?
So the creation team came out of the council, and basically the one requirement was that you had sat in the council for at least one session or were currently in it. There have been 4 sessions, and so there's like 4 pillars that you could have gone through, but you needed at least one to be able to be to step into the role of the creation team. And so in this last council, which is on Cosmic Communion, there are 17 of us, and nine of those people stepped forward and said, I'm ready to do this. And we've been working together for about a year on this process.
That's what I was wondering, if it was close to a year. And now it feels time. It's like there's a quickening, or like the contractions have begun for the birth or something like that. And it feels like some of the foundational logistics and the 3D pieces are falling into place. We had the energy of it. We had the vision of it. You've created some beautiful artwork to show it as well. And if people are interested in learning more about the community, can you tell us how they could find out more about the School of Light? Is there a community page or a way to follow?
So I know that on we have a Facebook page now, and it's called School of Light Collective. If you search for that, you can find it there. And we will also have a website up with the same.
Excellent.
SchoolofLightCollective.com.
Okay.
I think those are the two main ways to connect with us right now.
And if they wanted to reach out to you personally, Patricia, which, by the way, I am just wanting to make sure people know that your middle name is Librada. Doesn't that have something to do with freedom?
Liberty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's a play on that, definitely. But it's funny because I didn't come up with my work from that name. It's just that name is there. But it's even interesting that Patricia is what it was, when I was growing up. If you think about that, that's like the patriarchy. So look at that. Those two things together, right?
Freedom from the patriarchy? Is that what we're So, yes. So tell me a bit about the, like if there was somebody that wanted to reach out to you, do you have a personal webpage that they can connect with you to do work with you?
I have a web page right now that's still my Mariposa Body and Wellness.com, but I will have a Patricia Wald-Hopkins.com this spring sometime.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of breaking my wellness business apart from this new work that I'm doing. So, and I'm also on Facebook. I have some pages on Instagram. Just look for Patricia Wald-Hopkins.
Excellent. Okay. And we'll post some of those in the links to this podcast as well. And before we are to close, I just wanted to find out if there was anything else that, kind of like when we're closing the Akashic Records, right? Is there anything else that we need to know at this moment before we close and see if you have any other guidance or words of wisdom to share?
There is one vision that I received when the transmission came through. And the full transmission that came through the Akashic Records for the school will be on the website. But one of them was that this School of Light is like one of many. There's like little pods of light sanctuaries that are like on a grid across the world. And so we're here to support the lighting up of all these centers, whoever is in alignment with this particular fractal.
Got it. So it's like, I didn't realize of the grid, and I love that because I do know that the more we move into the feminine, it is such a collective type of energy. It's such a collaborative, supportive, circular type of leadership. And you're a perfect example of that. So thank you, Trish.
Thank you. I do want to say one more thing, just two more things that are important.
Go for it.
That the initial circle, the founders, the creation team is not it. Like, this is just the beginning of it, of people who want to become a part of the school or be part of the teachings for the school. And the other thing I want to also mention is it's not just for women. We do have one man on our creation team, a very dear friend of mine, and so I hope we'll be hearing from him too. But so I just wanted to make sure that was clear too.
Oh, and that's another feminine principle, the inclusivity. right? And we do welcome more people to broaden our range and scope and the depth and breadth of our wisdom. So I appreciate those extra comments, because we are really inviting those extra folks to come and be a part of the curriculum, part of the faculty, part of the collective. So, okay. Well, thank you so much for taking time today to do this meeting with me and to discuss the School of Light. We will continue to talk with more people that are on the creation team, or part of the curriculum, as we call them. We are faculty, but I don't like that term as much as I like part of the wisdom sharing. Yeah. Light bearing kind of role. So thank you again. And for those of you who have any interest, please look us up and join the collective at School of Light Collective on our Facebook page. Until our next time together, this is Deborah Leanne. Take excellent care of you and your light.